I put every iPhone parental control app through its paces. And here's the thing that parents need to know. Apple Screen Time is not cutting it. Most other apps, they will either invade your child's privacy to a degree that they will end up hating it or you, and some others just are riddled with loopholes that any tech-savvy child will be able to crack in a few minutes. After testing these with my family and our testers' kids of varying ages, one app really stood out above the rest, and that is Bark. But before I get to why I think Bark is the best, or the discount code that we have for it, let's just walk through what actually matters when it comes to picking a parental control app. When choosing a parental control app, here are the 7 things that actually matter. Effective monitoring. Does it catch concerning content without constant false alarms? Privacy balance. Does it respect your child's growing need for independence? iOS compatibility. Does it work well within Apple's ecosystem? Circumvention resistance. Can tech-savvy kids hack their way through it? Ease of setup. How complicated is it to configure on an iPhone? Value for money. Does the price justify the features? And support quality. Will you get help when you need it? Now, if you're already convinced and you want to try Bark for yourself, we do have an exclusive discount link in the description below to save you a little extra money. But I would encourage you to watch the entire video to understand why we're recommending it and see whether or not it's the right fit for your family. Let's start with what's already on your iPhone, Apple Screen Time. It's free, it's built in, and it offers features like app limits, content restrictions, and downtime scheduling. But here's why so many parents find Apple Screen Time insufficient. It's surprisingly easy to bypass. Like, kids can use built-in browsers in other apps to access restricted content, or they can delete and reinstall an app in order to reset its time limit. They can also use screen sharing within something like FaceTime in order to view restricted content, or they can use loopholes in family sharing to approve their own app downloads. More importantly, Screen Time doesn't alert you to any concerning content or conversations. It's purely restrictive. It doesn't monitor for things like cyberbullying or predators or even indicators of self-harm. This is where Bark takes a completely different approach. Rather than blocking content outright, they monitor the content that your child encounters and only notify you in the event that they encounter something concerning. From what I've read, this is primarily achieved using an AI filter, but in practice, this one strikes the best balance between constantly alerting you to things and missing something potentially crucial. You can probably find reviews on Reddit where people are saying, oh, it sent me so many notifications, or oh, it didn't send me anything at all. And frankly, to each their own. But in our testing, we found that it struck the best balance between constantly sending you too many notifications and other apps that, don't even offer this level of functionality. Their philosophy is that of non-intrusive monitoring, which means you will not get access to read every single text or social media message that your child sends or receives. Instead, their AI analyzes context, slang, and even emojis across 30 different platforms and only notifies you when it encounters something concerning, like cyberbullying, sexual content or online predators, drugs or alcohol references, depression or self-harm signals, and violence or threats. This means your child maintains their privacy while you get notified if there is a genuine concern. In our experience testing it with families, this dramatically reduced conflict, especially when dealing with teens. Let me give you a look at how Bark works on an iPhone. Truth be told, getting Bark set up on iOS does take a little bit of patience. It's about 5 to 10 minutes per app that you want to monitor, but really that's due to Apple's restrictions, not Bark's. They do have some helpful video guides that help take you through the process to make things go as smoothly as possible. When you open it up, you'll see a simple dashboard of what your kid's been up to. I like that it doesn't overwhelm you with every little thing like some other apps do, but it just organizes stuff by how important it is. So here's something that actually happened during my testing. Bark spotted some concerning chat in my son's messages about a party concerning alcohol. Bark allowed me to see that specific text exchange in question without allowing me to snoop through the entire text thread. The web filtering actually works pretty well. It automatically blocks the sketchy stuff based on a list of categories, and you can individually add specific websites that you want to either block or allow access to if you'd like. For managing screen time, you can set up schedules for school days versus weekends, plus add bedtime hours. And if dinner is ready or homework needs to be done, you can pause their internet access entirely with a single tap. There's also a location feature that allows your kid to send you their exact location with a single tap. In our testing, we found it to be pretty accurate. It sends you their exact location with an address and not just some vague idea of where they are. Let's address the elephant in the room. iOS is a challenging platform for any parental control app due to Apple's strict privacy policies. This affects every app, not just Bark. On an iPhone, Bark requires you to set up monitoring for each app individually, which is more time consuming than it is on Android. So, for example, if you want to monitor their YouTube and Instagram, you have to set up monitoring for each of those apps one at a time. Now, this is a limitation of iOS in general, and it's one reason why parental control apps often don't work as well on iOS compared to Android devices. Now, Bark has done an excellent job working within these limitations, but it is important to have realistic expectations. Let's talk about the investment. Bark costs $14 a month or $99 a year. And while that is not the cheapest option out there, one subscription does cover every child and device in your family. There are no extra fees for additional children or devices like some of the other parental control apps out there. There's also Bark Jr., which they offer for $5 a month or $49 a year, but that is just screen time management and web filtering. That does not offer the communication monitoring, which is crucial for most kids. All plans come with a 7-day free trial, which should be enough time to get things set up on your kid's phone and see if it's the right fit for your family. While Bark is our top recommendation for most families, we do have two other alternatives worth considering for certain situations. Qustodio takes a more traditional approach with direct access to your child's messages and browsing history. It's better suited for families of smaller kids who could need more comprehensive oversight. It costs $55 a year for up to 5 devices, or $100 a year for unlimited devices. So it's comparable in price compared to Bark. Now, its location tracking is excellent, but it doesn't have Bark's comprehensive, sophisticated AI monitoring, and some features don't work quite as well on iOS. Aura is worth considering if you're mainly concerned with screen time management and web filtering rather than communication monitoring. It also costs around $100 annually and offers a 60-day money-back guarantee. Aura excels at managing screen time across multiple devices and filtering damaging content. However, it does not offer any sort of communication monitoring that makes Bark so valuable in catching and detecting things like cyberbullying or predators. After extensive testing with real families, Bark stands out as the best parental control app for iPhone because it strikes a crucial balance between protection and privacy. Its AI-powered monitoring detects genuine threats without making your child feel as though you're constantly looking over their shoulder. Its combination of sophisticated content detection, flexible screen time tools, and a philosophy that values trust makes it our top pick for families with children of any age, but especially parents of preteens and teenagers. And remember, no app is going to replace open conversations about online safety. The best approach is always combining a tool like Bark with ongoing conversations about digital citizenship and responsible internet use. If you're ready to try Bark for yourself, don't forget to use the exclusive discount link in the description below. You'll save a little extra money. Plus, down there you will also find detailed written comparisons and helpful setup guides. If you've tried any of these parental control apps, please share your experience in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you about what's worked for your family. That's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.